The savanna does not warn you when time is running out. It simply grows quieter. Earlier that day, the herd had been moving fast across dry, broken land, scarred by old wells and hidden pits left behind when the rains disappeared. The baby elephant struggled to keep up. His legs were still learning the rhythm of the long walk, his steps shorter, slower, weaker than the rest. Then the earth gave way. He slipped and fell hard, his small body crashing into the pit below. The impact tore his skin, twisted his leg, and crushed part of his trunk against the stone. When he tried to stand, the pain was too much. The herd moved on, not because they didn't care, but because survival demands motion, and night was already coming. By the time the moon rose, the calf lay on his side, too weak to stand, too injured to climb, too young to understand why his mother's calls were growing distant. His trunk was torn and bleeding, his legs shaking uncontrollably, every breath burning. He called out once, then again, but no answer came back, and the night heard him. First, it was just a sound, a laugh, high, sharp, wrong. Hyenas. They didn't rush in, they never do. They circled, one step closer, then another, their eyes catching the moonlight as they tested the air, smelling fear, smelling blood, smelling certainty. The calf tried to rise. His legs failed him. He cried out, not loud, not strong, but enough. Enough for the hyenas to know this would be easy. This is how it usually ends. Not with a fight, not with a miracle, just hunger doing what hunger does. Miles away, a radio crackled inside a wildlife vehicle. A report came in. A calf, badly injured, fallen into a pit, hyenas nearby. The rescuers knew the truth before they spoke it out loud. Time was almost gone. Driving at night was dangerous. Hyenas could attack. The calf might already be dead. And even if they reached him, his injuries were severe. His trunk was badly damaged. In the wild, that often means the end. This was the moment where people usually say, "It's too late." But someone said something else. "Let's try." When the vehicle finally broke through the darkness, the hyenas were no longer waiting. They were moving. One charged first, bold and desperate, teeth flashing in the headlights. Another followed. Engines roared. Lights exploded across the grass. Men shouted, arms raised, making themselves larger than fear. The hyenas screamed back, circling the vehicle, furious that their meal was being stolen. One lunged again. A stick struck the ground inches from its face. Jaws snapped. For a moment, it felt like the night might win. But the noise, the light, the refusal broke the spell. One by one, the hyenas faded back into the darkness, still watching, still waiting, still angry. Only then did they reach him. The calf barely reacted when they touched him, and that terrified them more than the hyenas. His body was cold, his eyes dull, his breathing shallow. Ropes were lowered slowly. Every movement risked breaking bones, reopening wounds, ending what little strength he had left. For one long moment, his head dropped. No movement, no sound. Someone whispered his name, even though he didn't have one yet. Then his chest rose. Barely, but enough. They pulled him free, and they drove. Fast. At the sanctuary, the real battle began. Infection threatened every wound. Pain stole his strength. The trunk, the very thing an elephant needs to eat, drink, and live, was badly damaged. There were moments when he stopped trying. Moments when he lay still for too long. Moments when even the caretakers stepped away, unsure. But then he would lift his head, lean into a human hand, drink, breathe. They named him Long Uro, a Samburu word meaning the one who has been cut but survived. As time passed, Long Uro grew, slowly, carefully, not like a wild elephant but like a survivor. His injuries never disappeared. His shortened trunk changed everything. The people who cared for him understood the truth. Long Uro could not return to the wild. The forest would not forgive him a second time. So he stayed, protected, watched over, safe. As he grew older, he was introduced to other rescued elephants, elephants who also carried scars. At first he kept his distance. But elephants understand pain. They understand survival. Over time he walked beside them, shared space, belonged. Today, Long Uro is alive, still there, still protected, still watched over. His life is different, but it is a life. A life that should have ended in the dark. A life that should have been claimed by hunger and teat. But it wasn't. That night could have ended differently. Most nights do. But this one didn't. Because when time was running out, when death felt inevitable, when darkness had already chosen, someone chose compassion over certainty. And a baby elephant lived.